Today's episode is brought to you by Loadless Laundry.
Doing laundry stinks.
With Loadless, you can text to get your laundry picked up, washed, folded, and returned.
You can do random pickups or get on a reoccurring schedule.
Loadless operates on an affordable monthly subscription.
You can get $10 off your first wash by entering code ADULTBABY when you subscribe.
Check them out at GoLoadless.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, voted Long Island's best podcast by a bot farm in Russia. It's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just...
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Huh?
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 332. I am B.
Chick.
I'm Ryan.
How you doing, boys?
Okay, should I get rid of the... You guys are on monitor. You were staring at yourself for the whole intro, that thing. Should I...
Yeah, but I'm out of it now.
Okay, good.
Don't worry about
All right.
us.
That's temporary. I'm going to take it down. But
Why? What, you don't like us when we look at ourselves? I have to see, you know.
I like to look at myself while I'm...
I was always curious on a podcast. Are you supposed to look at the people you're talking to, or are you supposed to look at the camera?
Who are you talking to?
That's what I always thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You're not supposed to just look as I'm
No.
talking, right? That's just odd.
Yeah. If you're making like a video for TikTok, you look at the camera. But if you're doing a podcast, it's just people are just the in on you.
Yeah, I was thinking too, like
Nobody watches this anyway. You see the view counts on these
That's
things?
true. It's terrible.
when you
terrible. I
watch
don't know why we
the like an interview on like late night TV or whatever it is, I always find it odd. I like to look how much eye contact they make with the crowd or
Yeah.
the interviewer, or what. I always find that odd.
Yeah. I've been kind of researching how to do interviews things because I want to start shooting some interviews and documentary type things in a commercial. I'm doing a commercial for Monique.
Nice.
And it's like you see like when it has like one person just like talking and like they're explaining whatever the thing is. They're never looking at the camera. They're always looking slightly off camera.
Right.
But you don't really pick up on that. But like I'm trying to see how to do it professionally. But it's always like the person's sitting just to the side of the camera, and the person's always sitting like the camera's there, and they're always just like kind of looking off. Like they're telling the story there.
Right,
Like,
they're doing it.
why can't you look? Like why is it?
Well,
That's
you
what
can-
I'm asking.
You
It's
can
like,
always see when a unprofessional person is reading cue cards. You can always see their eyes go.
Yeah.
And I also noticed I watch basketball games, and they have a lot of ex-NBA players that they'll talk, and then they must have all gone to the same like school.
No, they
This
do.
is how you
Yeah,
talk.
they do.
Because they all keep their hands like this. So
Yeah.
if you look sometimes like guys that aren't on every night.
Yeah.
There was one I saw like just 3 NBA players in a
Right,
row
yeah, I know.
just holding their hands like this
It's not
talking.
even just, it's everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for Tom Brady when he first started doing it,
Yeah.
like a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how hard that is to pick up. Like, like I love sports. I could watch them. I don't know if I can announce one.
You couldn't.
Well, no, I don't
Remember
mean
that?
like to be as good as the best, but I don't even know if I could like casually do it for like. So I almost had to do it for the Hawks. Remember, I was going to do it for a team. It wound up falling through, but maybe next year for like a Pee-wee game, I was going to be the
Yeah.
guy in the booth,
Yeah.
and I was all pumped. And then once I was told I was going to do it, I was like, I wonder how I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
This could be awful.
Because
Yeah.
they make it look so easy. that you
That's what
think
I'm saying,
you
it's
just
second
pop in
nature.
and just, I know the sport. I'll just,
Yeah, I
I'll
know
just
it,
talk
yeah.
about what I'm seeing.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
it's
you get
not
that-
that easy.
You ever remember the episode of Saved by the Bell where AC Slater thought he could do it?
No, I don't remember
I
that.
don't
Yeah.
remember that one either.
He was like, they were starting some station like, I'll do sports commentary. So they got in there.
Oh,
he was
no.
like, yeah, I love sports. And that was exactly what happened. He was like, and then he passes to the man.
Oh,
Boom
he's
goes the
one of
dynamite.
those.
Well, I was just gonna say that's my favorite. One of my
Yeah.
favorite like blooper
Yeah.
reels is the boom goes,
They just-
passes it to the man.
It just
Okay,
came
boom
out.
goes the dynamite.
I think it was like the anniversary.
20-year
of that,
anniversary of that happened.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
Passes it to the man and boom goes the
Boom
dynamite.
goes the
Yeah.
dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
That's it. The best is when he just the whole from the moment he. Did you ever see the full? Whole,
Oh, yeah.
It's just so
It's
great.
one of the best things, yeah.
And
Talking about-
you can
go ahead.
feel that guy's like the uncomfortable. Like
From
you
the
could just
get-go.
see it in him. You're
Yeah.
in his shoes during that.
Speaking of being comfortable with a microphone. Do you have any memories of like of how I'm just so you did a show Saturday night?
Yes.
I came down. I recorded.
Thank you for coming. That was great to see you.
I was so happy that I was thinking about going, and then you and Ricky were obviously talking about me going because both of you texted me at the same time.
Well, let me tell you something. Twice this week, somebody has reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you think Ryan will be there?" As if like I'm the middleman now.
Yeah.
So I'm not
They could just text me.
initiating.
I like Ricky
way.
Grimes. I don't know why he wouldn't just text me. I like Jack Adam. I don't know why he wouldn't just text me. Just reach out.
But I also, if I'm in that position, I would also reach out
To the person
too.
closest.
Yeah.
Did anybody come and shoot last night?
Jack did, and I was mic'd up last night.
Yeah.
So we might. I
That's what
don't know how much.
Yeah, I'm gonna come. I want to come next week. I'm gonna mic both of you up.
All right, cool.
And I'm gonna shoot both of you.
It was fun because at the other team was like in the middle, like, "Yo, you mic'd up?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm wearing a wire here."
Yeah.
Was this the video that Ricky posted? Was it from the same show?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
a great joke.
Yeah.
I love Ricky Grimes though. He's
great.
hysterical.
Yeah, it was a fantastic show.
It was a great show. You did great. Every time I see you, I always feel obligated to tell you that I really enjoy watching you. Especially, everybody was great on the show. It was a good show front to back. But I just feel so comfortable watching you because I don't get any like the setup punch environment. Like you're a wind up doll up there. You just like you know what I mean? Like when you watch so much comedy, you start to hear like the setups, like so I just got married, and it's like my wife is this, and it's like it's just such a cadence of it. There's none of that with you. It's like this guy is just shot out of a cannon. He's coming with the jokes, and it's just like he's saying the stuff. Whether we're here or not, like how many people are here doesn't matter. It's just really nice to see.
Well, that's great to hear. Thank you.
Like you just look like this is me, and I'm not putting.
I'm not putting on it.
Like I've heard like that's your act. I've heard those jokes before, but you don't get that vibe.
There was a
at all
couple
that
of new
it's-
ones.
that
You
it's
heard some
rehearsed.
new ones in there.
Yeah, but even like your rehearsed jokes from any night to night could be a little bit different
That's
than the next
true,
night.
and
It's
I feel
there's
like that's what you got to do, right? Otherwise,
But you understand how people get into like they literally just like repeating the same jokes.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
the same
Well,
cadence.
that's when even I have some jokes that I say over.
Yeah.
I've said a lot where it's like you have to be careful because you are going through the motions.
Yeah.
There. It's like, all right, that's that, and then now I'm going to pay attention to the jokes I don't know that well. But
That being said,
oh.
at the end, do you remember how when you got off stage? Do you remember? Did anything weird stand out to you? Like when you were getting off, when you were closing out your act?
I don't know.
Okay.
What did I do?
Well, let's see if Chick. Can I play the video?
Can I say one thing before you play this video?
Yeah.
I felt like it was a very good set, but I had mentioned this to you earlier. I rewatched it, and I cursed my brains out during this set, and it bothers me.
You don't think you normally do that?
I don't do that, but I also feel like the room, I was very loose with those guys. I felt very loose, and it just kind of was coming out in a way I don't like because I feel like
I hear my own breathing and it's bothering myself. This is the first mic I hear myself breathe. And I'm sitting here trying to hold my breath. I don't know if you noticed. I'm trying.
It's your parachute pants hood that you got.
So I want to do.
All right, let's see this.
Let's see.
You're not going to show a picture of me bombing after I talk shit about Pat, right?
No. I want to do here. Hold on a second. This is the very end of your set.
I'm very tense because I don't know what I did here, and I don't like the way you're giggling.
Let's see if Chick picks up if he can hear anything that.
All right, guys. My name is Brendan Ryan. You guys have been hilarious.
Play it again. Hold on. I don't know why it opened in this app.
I know what I said. I know exactly what I said.
Shut up.
Fucking idiot. All right, guys. My name is Brendan Ryan. You guys have been hilarious.
I might not have picked up on that until B said, "I know what I said." So now I was waiting for him.
What did he say?
He said, "You guys have been hilarious," and he muffled it.
I said you guys have been hilarious.
He started to say you guys have been hilarious. He made it about halfway through the word, and then realized that he was saying you guys have been hilarious because he was feeling good. He felt good, like he had a good act. So he's like, he wanted to say I've been hilarious.
I've been hilarious.
But he was like, you guys have been great.
Holy
It's like one of us has been hilarious.
Wait,
I can't
can I see
remember
that
which
one more time?
So
Please
then
play
I
that
actually,
again.
I did. This was without the audience, so I dropped the audience volume down a little bit, so
Okay.
it's a little bit clearer. Yeah.
All right, guys. My name is Brendan Ryan. You guys have been hilarious.
So he goes.
Oh my god!
He goes. You guys have been hilarious.
Because you noticed and he did that.
I figured it. Oh my god!
I noticed it while I was watching. I go, did he just that night? I watched. I go, did he say you guys have been hilarious? I didn't feel uncomfortable with it halfway through the word.
I tried to save it. Oh, what an idiot!
That's fine.
Oh my god! It's been hilarious. It's been hilarious.
He knew it. Look at his face.
Guys have been hilarious. Oh my god!
I'm fucking dying.
I'm so
That
dumb.
is so great.
I'm so dumb.
You guys have been hilarious.
Can you imagine if I just said, "Thank you guys so much. I've been hilarious." Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what would have been better if you actually said I've been hilarious or that.
What did my boom mic fall at me?
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Holy,
My
that's
stomach
fantastic.
hurts.
I honestly have watched that at this point 50 times. It gets funny to me every time I watch it.
Oh, please clip that. I want to put that out.
That needs to be clipped.
Yeah.
I need that on my phone.
That's-
Oh my god.
You guys have been hilarious. Like you were trying to take it back. You were trying to suck it back in.
You know everybody else heard it.
It's that moment. And it's so funny that I totally blocked that out.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Other than that, great set.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I couldn't wait to play that.
By the way, that venue, Holy Black, what a place to do a comedy.
So great. I mean, I was. When I'm heading down there, I'm like, oh, I guess we make a tight little space, you know. I'm like, I hope I have a spot to set up my camera. Yeah, it's like sprawling.
This guy's gonna.
Dude, that was so funny.
Glad that tickled you. He's not gonna be able to recover.
Just let him go. I think you should say next time you said, I've been hilarious. Next time you kill, next time you know you killed, like, thanks so much. I've been hilarious.
I've been hilarious. I think that's a funny joke in itself.
Oh god.
All right, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, the audience. I'll tell you, they were hilarious. They were a lot of fun. I met them. I walked around the venue after, and I met some of the guys.
Yeah.
Everybody was so cool, and then we went across the street to another place, and there was like 3 or 4 a bunch of people from the show that were hanging out there.
there.
So that was a fun night, man.
I hope it becomes a regular show.
It's in the right hands with Ricky Grimes.
I told him, I said, I feel very.
Is he back? Like,
Yeah,
didn't he stop for a little bit, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he went to law school.
He finished.
He had the school and
he
baby
passed
and
his
all
bar,
that.
and then yeah.
But it was great to see him back up there. It was just a fun. You know what I like?
Comfortable host.
It was it was like 20 minutes for every comic. Everybody did 20, 25 minutes, whatever it was, and got out of there. It was perfect.
tight.
It was like that's how it should be done. Mm-hmm. We don't have like 15 comics. Everybody's doing 5 minutes, a little, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like professionals do some good stuff and let the audience be hilarious.
It's like a real show.
Yes.
It was like a real show.
was.
It's like you go to the Comedy Cellar and you see 4 or 5 good comics do 20 minutes, and then you're out.
Yeah.
And that's a way to get people to come back. And they go like, oh, I'll go to that show again.
They will come back.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, hopefully the lineup will, you got to keep that going.
Yeah. I don't want to. I can't. I guess I can't I'm gonna spoil it if I says, but I told Ricky. Ricky said that like people would text him, people come out of the woodworks because they want to get booked on the show. If it becomes a regular. I said, well, just tell people that I book it.
That's actually really good, yeah.
And then so like I don't mind telling people no. I'm like, nah, you know.
Ryan would actually enjoy that.
You can't do my show. I'll go submit a tape if if you get approved, maybe one day. Like little comedy clubs don't just put everyone on. Be like, yeah, like
you have to be selective.
Yeah, be like, all right, yeah. If you keep working on it, maybe one,
Well, that
you
should
can
be a
audition.
sign of a good show is that not everybody can get on it.
Yeah,
like once everybody's getting on the show, that means it's watered down and anybody could do it.
Yeah, and
once it gets to that point, it's over.
Right.
That's when people are gonna stop.
But you got to go. It's the thing is, there's only so many comics locally that you got to start going into the city to bring people out.
Yeah, but then it gets expensive.
I get that, but if it's good enough and then it becomes a big show, you could charge more. Everything, you make more, sell, whatever.
Also, he doesn't have to do it like a monthly show, which I think is a lot of people's downfall if you do stand up because you get a big bump. The first one is great, everybody's excited. The second one, and then by the third one, you're out of comics and you're out of audience.
Yeah,
it's we have to do this again.
Wait until you have enough comics. You say, all right, let's do it with these comics, and then you do another one.
And that's kind of the other thing is like I look at it. If you want to do, say, a one a month, you got to think right off the bat. Do I have 20? You got to figure how many comics a show, 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
Times that by 12. You have 60 comics. In my opinion, like no.
Yeah.
So how can you do that every month?
Yeah.
I think he's got enough for. Yeah, and I mean definitely a couple more shows.
Yeah.
But after that,
yeah,
I don't know, man.
It's a cool spot. I want to go in there and ask if I can do a photo shoot in there, like bring a model in there and do use it as a space.
I could be your model.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you could be.
Cut your hair today.
Yeah, anybody could be a model. I mean, we could probably do. We
probably could make it look good.
If you were to wear like a white beater and do like that type of shit, like a sloppy guy.
By the way,
model.
that would be
a sloppy guy.
I'm not saying you're sloppy, but I'm like if like you know what I mean. Like if you do a
it.
photo shoot where you're acting like a cat, like you do like a character, like some like what I mean, then it could be a different type of shoot. Doesn't have to be a.
I should make a calendar.
Yes,
that would be nice. A chick calendar.
We should make a chick calendar.
And that'll be my Christmas gift next year for everybody. Gets a chick calendar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want to just mention the Pat Dunn episode. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. You guys, it did feel a little bit like me and Chick left our home and a snake came in the middle of the night and came into our nest.
I'm shocked that Pat kept it a secret.
Yeah, and
I think he might have texted us something like, I just finished. But Pat says so much nonsense to us throughout the week.
I didn't pick up on anything he was given.
I think at one point Joel just finished the Adult Babies podcast, and we probably just ignored him.
I don't think he
maybe
said
he was
that.
listening to it because we filmed it the night that I posted it. We filmed it earlier. We filmed it
that day.
Earlier that day.
So what day was that? I don't know. Whatever.
Monday.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I was happy that he. So I said it in the comments. It was funny. He commented, "I miss," because you guys were shitting on him. I just stayed silent all the time. He said, "I miss when
Mr. Innocent over here.
I miss when just one of the
I
adult
like
babies."
how he says we were shitting on him. Like it wasn't that.
We're busting his balls.
Yeah. So yeah, I said, yeah, anytime you want to come in and rebut. And he messaged me privately. So
he did?
Yeah,
All right.
he's like, if you're serious, like, yeah. I'm like, I said it jokingly, but I kind of was hoping that he would follow up, like, So, yeah.
Well, it was a good idea. I'm glad. And I do want to say, I did go over the line by saying what I said. I shouldn't have brought comedy into it. I was going for a video analogy. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Pat Dunn knows. He's one of my favorite people. He's hilarious. He doesn't bomb all the time. we all bomb. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, I've had Pat on multiple shows. If Pat knows he's hilarious. That's all. I don't need to tell you guys.
I told Pat this. I don't know. I haven't probably told you. I didn't feel like I was really talking shit in this whole thing, but I did stir the pot.
Nah, you're always behind
I facilitated this, I guess, a little bit by egging him on.
Yeah.
But all right. I'll
Yeah,
take
it was fun. It was a
lot of fun. I
don't know how much he had to say. I didn't want him to come in. It was like a far drive from him. So I feel like we got everything out like in 10 minutes. But I'm like, well, let's make it a little longer. I don't want you have to drive this whole way to say what you want in 10 minutes. And then
I enjoyed
leave.
you two talking and doing your
I
thing.
like the dynamic between you because you guys even brought your beef into it.
That's why I couldn't. I was happy. It felt like, when you see like two friends fighting, even though it wasn't really a fight or anything, but you see them like make up. It was like, oh, nice.
That's the thing. It was never a fight. Like it's maybe we took it a little too far, but like Pat, like I said 2 weeks ago or last week, Pat is one of my best friends in comedy. Okay, like if not my best friend in comedy. So he's in there. I wouldn't, if he was terrible, I wouldn't even associate with him. Like I like Pat. I like being in the world of Pat Dunn. So the whole thing kind of was just the three of us. I think he summed it up like with our group text.
It's always 2-on-1.
It's always 2-on-1. Even today, like I don't know, Chick was the guy today that we got on.
I feel like that's probably mostly what it is.
Mostly, yes. It's mostly me versus them two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it is because you're a rotten apple.
Yeah. Well, anytime Pat wants to come back on, he wants to do like an after show.
I think we should have Pat on as a guest again. That would be fun. We'll get him back and we'll do that.
He's good because he's somebody who's not enough that you don't feel like you have to interview him. We can do the show and he can just
exactly.
He knows the show enough that you could just plug him. It's a plug and play
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
You bring somebody else in. It's like, I'm doing a show. I'm going to talk about it. And then nobody comes in and wants to be interviewed, but
Yeah. I think some people do.
Do you? I feel like some people maybe do want to come in and get interviewed because it's easier to respond to questions than to just go in there and kind of.
Patrick Holbert.
I love Pat Holbert.
Yeah. He just said a thing. He just shot a special and he was like, "Let me come talk about it on your podcast." I'm like, I wonder if he'd come on.
Yeah, I saw that. I
like.
We
him
should
a
reach
lot.
out to Patrick because Patrick Holbert did my first ever Croxley show. Because he was somebody when I started. He was like he was hosting at the open mic I was going to. Yeah, I love Patrick. Yeah. He just did which I want to see. I don't know what part where he filmed or produced
Part
or
of the cameraman,
for Joe List
documentary.
Yes.
Yeah, well, Tom Dustin.
That's it. Yeah, which looks really good.
Yeah, I want to see it in the
that
theater.
out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should reach out to Patrick. That would he'd be a good one to have on. I like him a lot. Always been a fan of Patrick Holbert.
I'm pumped. I got my Glenn Ross play on next Monday.
You're going?
Yeah, baby.
Well, everybody that I know
got
is
tickets
going.
2 months ago, 3
Who
months ago.
Who you going with?
Me and my pops. I didn't know of anybody who would want to go. I should have asked you guys. Honestly.
He said on this podcast he wants to go.
That's my fault. That's my fault. I want to go too. I love that. I texted my family. I didn't expect anybody to say yes. To be honest with you, I was like, "Oh, Glenn Ross on Broadway."
He doesn't pay attention because I said when I had my kidney issue, which is still there.
Yeah.
I was like, I that was going to be my Christmas present, but I was like, I'll probably be sick by that point.
Yeah,
so,
that's right. You did say that. Yeah, I remember that.
And even now you remember.
But here's the thing: I didn't expect anybody in my family to say yes. So when my dad said yes, I wasn't going to go ask anybody else. I was just like, all right, I'm going to go with my dad.
I didn't realize they went on sale that long ago.
Maybe a month and a half. It was like 6 weeks ago or something. I got the tickets.
Now, how much were they? Do you know?
If I remember, it was like $1.50 a ticket, roughly. It wasn't
really
It wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy.
That's really
now
good.
they're like
now they shot up. I literally got them maybe the first or second week they went on sale.
Oh wow! All right.
That's exciting, yeah.
Because when I picked, like, I had my pick of the litter of seats. Like, there was nothing sold.
I am.
But that
so
was like a hot
upset.
ticket. As soon as it was announced,
I feel like it was.
Everybody wants to go to that.
I couldn't wait to. I love the movie. I love the cast. So, and I've heard it was awesome too. I know one person who went.
Yeah, my friend went.
So that's my big.
The
thing
ladies
that I got
hated
coming
it.
up.
The men liked it. That was what I heard.
I wouldn't expect a woman not in sales, honestly, to like that movie.
I don't know. I feel like
it's not like a relationship. I'm not trying to stereotype, but it's not like a relationship.
There's no singing
movie.
and dancing.
It's a
So you
pretty.
think,
I think it's a pretty straightforward. Like it's a cut, like a dry show, and
you think a woman in sales might like it.
I think anybody in sales should enjoy it. I think it's an
But
interesting.
I'm not in sales, and I love.
I don't
that
think you
movie.
have to be in sales to enjoy it, but
But
I
if you're a
think,
man, then you can enjoy it. Is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
I don't picture that for ladies.
It's a man's world.
I just saw a thing today. That was,
Listen, it is
somebody-
what it is.
Somebody said something about the Joe Rogan podcast, and they were like, "I've said it before. I'll say it again. Anything that only men like isn't cool." And I was about the Joe Rogan podcast. I was like, I stand by that. I think I agree.
I
with
can
that.
agree with that.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
But I think Glenn Ross is great. But
I
guess
definitely
I
wanna
guess
see
I only know men who like it. But
I was just gonna say I've never met a girl I know who
Yeah.
likes it.
No girl is like getting their girlfriends together. Like, let's go see Glenn Ross.
yeah,
Not gonna happen. By the way, I was on Broadway this past weekend. I saw Aladdin on Broadway.
Oh, how was it?
Da-da-da.
That was one of my favorite. Like as a kid, that was one of my favorite cartoons.
Yeah, it was really good.
movies.
It was great. We took the it was me and my parents.
Any
we
big
took,
names?
No. I don't know.
I don't know.
do you
we
like
took-
musicals typically?
You know what it is? It's with my nieces. So yeah.
Enjoy
For-
anything.
it was
with
it was
the
for them.
nieces.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was fun to watch them.
you you could just like watch them like it, and that was enough to.
Yeah, well,
enjoy the
I
experience.
watched them kick the seat in front of me. I watched them, fall asleep. I don't know
Yeah,
how into it they were. I was telling my parents, it's like they got these tickets for them, and it was exciting. But like, as a kid, I remember going to Broadway shows and stuff as a kid. It's like it sounds fun, and then when you get there, it's like, all right, this is a long time. It's 2.5 hours. It's a lot for a kid,
Yeah.
So it's like
But that's why those things are like spectacles, though. I mean, for the most part, during the play, most kids, I think, can on something they like will stay invested in it because it's like lights and it's busy, and I feel like it does a good job.
Yeah.
keeping their attention.
Musical, yeah.
It did it right.
Musical, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little
You won't take a kid to go see Glenn
I
Ross.
love I love a play.
women and children. No Glenn Ross. With Aladdin though, it just felt a little bit like same thing, same
Yeah.
thing, same
Yeah.
thing. And I think even my the girls are picking up on that. It's like, oh, this again. There wasn't much change, we'll say.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. It's just fun to watch. Like, I like watching that stuff. So
Yeah.
I think plays are so I don't love musicals on like film. It's hard to watch on a film.
Can't stand any form of musical.
But to
a
me,
play.
in person and a play, I don't hate them as much. To me, it's a little different.
Musical or a play?
Both. I've been to
Okay.
musicals, plays. When I'm there, I can appreciate it a lot more than if I'm watching it on TV.
100%. When you're there, you could.
But
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying like I
imagine that would
can't
be the case,
stand them
yeah.
on TV though, and
Yeah.
on like I would willingly like Chicago, great play, terrible movie.
Yeah.
Like just for one
I
example.
saw what's that movie? 100, 400
Rent.
to become.
I saw that on Broadway. It was excellent.
I saw that in the movie theater in Long Beach, and
Yeah, I saw it on
You know,
Broadway. It was the first. It
was long.
Did you like it or no?
No.
Okay.
I think it was the last one I ever went to.
was Jonathan Larson still alive, or did he die?
I think he died before it was really
he died.
mounted.
He died before.
I think I saw Rent when I feel like I was almost too young to probably see it, but we went. We used to. My parents tried to take us to we went. I've seen a few plays.
I like some of the songs on Rent.
I think I don't know if
They're
Anthony
catchy.
Rapp was still in the cast when I saw it.
Oh,
It
that's
was-
cool.
It was early on. I think he might have been in it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love plays though, like a good play. I enjoy going to see those. That's why I haven't been to one in so long.
I
I'm,
love
like,
a play.
stoked.
I
I
just
do.
being in a room with people acting on
Yeah, it's
stage
great.
and like
Yeah.
the emotion, like you really feel like you're in the emotion of it.
Especially
pretty
heavyweights like
But
that.
I was just gonna say the fact that this is who it is too. To me, like I could go and watch a Knick game and watch my favorite player play in person.
Yeah.
Movies, you never get to see anybody. Like it's not like you're on set watching these guys work. So
Yeah.
for a play, it's cool to watch like Odenkirk and Culkin.
Yeah, it's like when
and
you
all
see
this-
stand up, going to see one of your favorite
Yeah,
comics
yeah, it's
live.
excellent.
It's like that's the guy. Like
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm super like excited for this.
That's awesome. And so that's this Monday.
yeah, the 7th.
I'm going to. Monique just bought tickets for.
No, next Monday.
She's
Oh, okay.
there's a drag queen she likes, Trixie Mattel, I think. But
I feel like I've heard of Trixie.
You
Yeah.
know Trixie Mattel?
I just feel like I've heard.
I didn't know
of her.
this guy knew
it's a
drag
big,
queen.
she's a big
Huh.
one. But she's like obsessed with drag queens. But this one, like she watches that. Like
Oh, all right.
her and another drag queen, they do they do podcasts in and out of character, or a drag, but this one is also a DJ. So just bought the tickets. We're going to just a club for her to spin.
Oh, nice.
And she's just she can't believe she's gonna the same thing. Like just be like. She's not even talking, but to be like, that's the I watch that person twice a week.
Be in the same room.
They're right there. That's crazy. That's the person I watch. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, it's exciting.
It is. It is. There's something about that. Like when you see somebody, I think it's like with comedians, you're like lucky to work with some comics that you see, and that's really
Isn't it
cool.
amazing?
That's
Isn't it funny though how quickly you
yeah.
become just kind of like at first, like I've worked with some of my favorite comics when I was at the clubs, and then. It's like, oh shit, I'm working with Nick DiPaolo this weekend. It's fucking crazy.
That guy
and then
right
like a week later, or halfway through Saturday night, you're working on Friday night, and you're like Saturday night, like, oh yeah, I'm going to see Nick, and then halfway through the night, you're like, hey Nick, it's like not even a big deal.
It's strange.
Yeah,
The regular people, but yeah,
They're
that's
just like
how
us.
we are.
They're just like us.
it's just like us.
They're just like us.
Oh God.
So do you have any tickets to it?
No,
So,
nobody.
but
Not
But
one.
how come you didn't go like to me? All right, you got tickets to a Met game by yourself.
Right.
Why wouldn't you get tickets to this by yourself? I'm
Well,
just curious.
because
reasoning.
the Mets were ticket prices were cheaper.
fair. That's also fair enough.
And it was just more convenient. Going to a Met game, I'm like, I'll drive there. I'm going on that same night you're going, actually, on that Monday. I'm just going to drive there, and
I get it. I'm just like, I just feel like
it's a commitment. Like I said, even with my nieces, it's fun when I do it. But even the day of, if I get tickets to Glen Ross, the day of, I'll be stressed out of like, all right, am I going to get out of work in time?
I know.
It's a whole thing. It's like
it is. I'm
My
already
least
thinking
favorite
about
job.
that too. I'm already a little
everything,
nervous about work.
everything else involved in it.
But at least your job is you're in a place all day. And you
Oh
leave
yeah,
at a
I don't
certain
have to
time.
worry about traffic.
That's
Fucking
the
my job.
The stress, I hate when people are like, oh, you want to do this after work? Because I want to do the stuff after work. But I'm like, yeah. And then as soon as I agree to it, and then it's that day, and I'm like, all right, I got to rush through the day. I got to get done. And then you worry about, like, am I going to get stopped by DOT? Am I going to get breakdown? Like, there's just so many variables.
many
that
things.
I'm not
I was like
I'm not
that with
gonna make
Red Bull,
this.
not at this place.
Yeah.
Red Bull, I have
so
to worry.
stressful.
I had the game last night. Game started at 6, and maybe we're gonna move it to 8. I was praying like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
And then stop got taken out. I'm like, all right, perfect. I get on the Throgs Neck Bridge. Of course, there's construction. There's some kind of nightmare. Half-hour backup. But I've made it. But it's always that, and you're always like you're living stress. There's so much stress to just get home.
Even every day that we record, I'm always like, all right, I gotta hustle a little bit today. I gotta get back early enough to get in here to record.
That's the one thing I like about my new job is like clock hits 5, they don't want you there now a minute later
get
because
out
then
of
it's
there.
overtime. So it's
Yeah.
they're like strict with the time.
Yeah.
But like at Red Bull, I used to if I was on a delivery for the day, I'd have a bunch of stops and like it's like if I was looking I had something to do with stops, you're like, looks like I'm pushing this stop tomorrow or
Oh,
whatever.
you could do that.
They didn't love it. I didn't try to do it. I would just work later, but occasionally you could push a stop or two. Not like a whole bunch, but
Yeah.
By the way, I've been running into Red Bull a lot. Red Bull's, I see this Red Bull truck driving down Farmdale screaming out, Adult Babies Podcast right out of the window. Some of your old coworkers.
Is that right?
yeah.
Yeah. A couple times. Good
Well,
to see
it's
them.
a guy who came to our last. He used to listen to when I worked for them. My friend Ryan. Shout out if he still listens. He good guy. He used to listen to the show when I worked there, and he came to our comedy show that we had, the last one that we had. He came to it, so he knows he knows of B and if he's seen him.
Yeah.
But then my other friend just got a job there, and he was training with my other buddy. Oops, and yeah. Did I knock it over?
No.
No.
Oh.
Just,
You're good.
did you see the framing now? Or like you were right. You were right. It doesn't matter.
There we go.
I'm just the amount of scooting you do throughout the podcast.
There's a lot of scooting.
So I hit up B. I said, B, you hear anybody scream adult babies to you?
Yeah. We talked. We talked about him.
Oh, you actually did speak to them.
Yes.
I thought you said you didn't run into them.
No, the day of that second
Oh,
time
okay,
you
okay.
said that day I saw them in second time. I didn't.
All right.
But
So yeah, man. What else you guys got going on? Anything coming up or?
what do I have coming up? Nothing really, actually. I'm celebrating St. Patrick's Day this weekend. I know you guys hate that.
Why this weekend?
was
Is
just-
Farmingdale's? Is it the parade?
No,
in
with my
Farmingdale?
family.
Oh, okay.
And you know what I
But
think?
didn't you do that on St. Patrick's Day? Didn't you,
No,
your whole
because
thing
my sister had COVID. Shout out to my sister.
So you pushed all that back.
We pushed it back.
COVID's still around?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about it. I won't know. Don't take a test.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just
I won't know.
When I had COVID, the one day when I took a test and I had it, and I told my job, they were like, "If you didn't just tell us it was COVID, you could have came back," because I had to wait X
Right.
amount of days.
Yeah.
They're like, "Shouldn't what I don't know, I can't. It is what it is."
Oh, you're sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'm just sick.
Don't cough on anybody.
That's it. Yeah, so we got a few. My dad's cousin is who's just a lot of fun. He's coming in from. They live in Maine, so they're here this weekend. So we're gonna do a little St. Patrick's Day celebration. And I want to say something because you guys are you're very critical of the St. Patrick's Day food, and I think that's
or
because
lack thereof.
I think that's because you're not eating it right. Like you're like it's boiled or something like my mom puts it in a slow cooker. It's tender
Yeah,
and delicious.
That's how everybody does it. But we're saying there's not much. It's all you have is corned beef
and Guinness.
And cabbage. Right?
and cabbage.
Yeah, I don't like cabbage though. Irish soda
So
bread.
one of the two foods you don't eat.
Don't you sing about cabbage? Don't you play? Isn't that the song you play?
Boiled on
Boiled
Cabbage
on
Down?
Cabbage Down?
Yeah, but
Yeah, the cabbage is terrible.
cabbage I'm not a fan of.
Yeah. And I never liked, it was always like too salty for me. And
I got it.
Well, you're not a meat eater.
I used to be a meat eater. And I never,
Yeah, but I don't think it was made well. Like I don't think.
Possibly. I think I only have it like at a bar when they have like, they're just, you know,
Right,
like, they
and
have
that's
a bunch
like
of it.
that's garbage.
Yeah.
Like when it's made well.
My mother makes an excellent corned beef. I
See,
love the corned beef,
I'm sure-
but that's all. We're not like it's good, but that's all you have. And
But
what?
it's such
mashed
like
potatoes.
oh my god! But mashed potatoes. We don't do mashed potatoes. But
That's
when
right. They had the potato famine. They don't have any potatoes.
but on the day of the St. Patrick's meal, it's like it's a special meal. It's fantastic. It's something so. It signifies. I don't know. Summer's coming. A lot of this.
It's in March.
Right, and
Yeah, spring. I mean,
and now
yeah,
spring.
it's-
To me,
so-
St. Patrick's Day, it's like there's something about getting together with my family, having a beautiful Guinness.
Well, that I
That's-
respect.
I just
different-
love it.
That's
I just
different
love
than
it.
it tasting well. You have all the
Yeah.
nostalgia. That's like when I used to love Arby's sandwiches. I know I like this because when I was a kid, I used to go with my grandparents, and I'm tasting my childhood. This is trash food,
But
I know why I'm
The
enjoying
balls
it.
yeah,
on you.
You're not justifying the food at all. You're just
No,
saying
no.
why it's a good holiday for your family.
It is not. It's not lasagna. You don't want it every couple of weeks.
I don't want it once a year. If I never had another Irish meal in my life, I wouldn't think twice about it.
Well,
you couldn't go with the rest of your life without Italian food or even Spanish food, probably.
I couldn't go the rest of my life without my
Yes,
my,
you could.
my Irish food.
You
either.
wouldn't even think about it if it was.
You're wrong.
We've talked about this before because they also
think-
have shepherd pie, right? That's an Irish.
Yeah, but I've never had. I'm not a shepherd pie guy.
So you don't even like
The two of the three foods that you have.
Because what you're talking about is
Do you like
commercial
fish and chips?
bullshit. That's English. Well, you're
But
talking
that's
about
a lot of Irish. A lot of Irish.
we don't
pubs-
like the
a lot of Irish pubs do that too. Though.
We don't like
sure. English pubs do that, but
English. It's more English thing. Yeah.
it's English. But what you're talking about is commercialized Irish food.
No.
Yes.
No, that's what Irish food. What do you mean by commercialized?
Chickies, chick. Your
Did you call
Italian.
me chickies?
Your Italian mama is not making the
So,
perfect
but do you
Irish
think
meal.
are you going to
Sorry.
call lasagna commercialized Italian?
No, I'm just saying Irish. St. Patrick's Day has been commercialized with the tiny people with the hats and the beads. It's ridiculous.
Leprechauns?
Leprechauns. But
Tiny people.
What I'm saying is like it's become like all right. This is what they eat here,
Yeah.
and it's not.
So what do they eat there? Give me the
Oh,
cuisine.
you ever have Colcannon?
No, tell me, teach me.
Can't even talk to you people. You're talking. You guys are on a
I said
on a
teach me then.
different level. I almost want to invite you both to my house for St. Patrick's Day dinner.
B, I would love to spend a St. Patrick's Day with your family.
You
and
would-
I won't be disrespectful. I would enjoy and embrace it with your family. I would
should do
love
that.
to do that.
I
I would
love
do
to,
that.
but like I don't drink, I don't need to meet. Like I'm not gonna be a fun.
No, you wouldn't. You would be a real bore.
Yeah,
You would not be fun.
I'm not a fan of that environment.
St. Patrick's Day isn't for you because it's about fun.
B,
It's about
Yeah,
enjoying
I don't-
stuff.
I really don't like.
yeah,
fun.
he's turned into a heel. He's like John Cena.
You're not. That's not. You don't like that stuff. I get it. Fun isn't for you.
B, for you, if you invite me to your family's St. Patrick's Day next year, I will wear green. I will embrace the whole day with you.
I would love to do that, and I think he would be a great addition.
I'll just come film it. Just tell your family that I'm filming it. This way, I don't have the obligation to be fun.
That would be fun.
I'm just
Yeah,
staff.
nobody looks at the
that
camera guy
point,
to be
yeah.
funny.
That all right. We should actually do that because that would be a lot of fun.
That like to document your family,
Yes.
and your parents would probably go all in on it too if they knew we were filming it.
Oh yeah. They'd be down. I think.
Yeah.
I'll talk to them this weekend.
Wait, could we do it this St. Patrick's Day, or this is too much? 'Cause you got
Maybe
family coming
we
in?
have family coming.
All right.
I don't want to.
I don't wanna make it
I
about
don't want
me.
to be a lot of. I'm already too much. I think
How does your brother-in-law do fare during this?
he's great.
He
great.
does. I could see him.
Wears
totally.
the Irish cap.
He does. All
yeah,
right,
he
all right.
fits right in.
I don't know why I would have thought that maybe he would play hardball with the Italian stuff.
No, I mean maybe he goes home and he complains, but
but he embraces
when
it.
he's there, he's fine.
He
fine.
embraces the suck.
Yeah. Well, no, there's no suck.
I'm joking.
He baited me into that.
I did.
God, we went out for the Irish parade a couple weeks ago.
Was that in Farmingdale?
Right?
Farmingdale
Yeah, there
has
was one in Farmingdale.
That was with your nieces. You went, right?
My nieces, my parents are there. It was like, it's a Sunday. The weather was nice. It's a little brisk, but still like,
That's brisk, baby.
But the weather's coming, and it's like just that
I
cold.
just love that. I just love brisk
See,
iced tea.
I have a problem with that.
Oh.
You're an Arizona guy?
No. What is brisk? What is their company? Nestle.
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
all right.
I'm pretty sure it was Nestle. Yeah.
I don't want to get off topic here.
I'll tell you, when Brisk Iced Tea came out, it had a harsh flavor to me. The original Nestle iced tea was better than Brisk.
And they got rid of that when they brought in.
They
Brisk.
got rid of it and they turned into Brisk, and there was like some kind of that Brisk flavor was like it cut my throat.
I just remember the commercial that got, that's brisk, baby.
Yeah.
Good advertising.
So yeah, it was a brisk out. You enjoyed the parade. I was wondering if the parade was this weekend because Long Island, like every weekend
They switch it
There's
up.
like four.
Yeah.
It's like a month worth of parades on Long Island because every town wants to benefit from the parade.
yeah.
So
Well-
I just saw like a sign like Lindenhurst when I was in Lindenhurst. Like there's this coming weekend. I'm like, we're so far from St. Patrick's Day. People do still
Hey,
doing
listen, I'm
parades.
still celebrating, but it's every weekend in March. But like even
Yeah.
the
But
problem is like even like the day we did it, Wantagh was having theirs. So you're
yeah. Well, there's more towns than there are weekends in March. So
It was Lipton.
Lipton. That's it. He's right.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just had to check it because then I was thinking, I was like, I don't think it was Nestle. It was Lipton.
The original Lipton iced tea out of a can beats the hell out of when they went full on Brisk.
okay.
Brisk, they brought Brisk out for a little bit, and that commercial did so well that they just went full on Brisk.
You got to see the names, and I actually remember they had those little claymation people, and they were all celebrities. They had like Sinatra, they had like
right.
all those guys. I think they had Rocky Balboa,
God, this is the weirdest conversation. St. Patrick's Day mixed with
and
Brisk.
Joe Piscopo was the voice.
Oh yeah,
He was the one that said that's brisk,
That's
baby.
brisk,
But he
baby.
was doing it like as Sinatra. He was right. He was kind of doing a
Probably.
Sinatra impression.
probably
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Frank Sinatra voiced by Joe Piscopo, and then they also did Babe Ruth, whatever. They did a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Kind of not great for me.
All right, what were you saying though about the parade? I'm sorry.
Oh, it doesn't matter at this point.
Totally sidewalled that.
That's what we do.
I got called by a guy who barely speaks English today. He told me I look like John Malkovich today.
Huh.
He comes up to me with a broken English accent. He goes, "You know, Spanish accent."
You want to know why I'm okay with you doing this right here? Doing that without feeling bad? That's like, when people, like, if you say somebody of another color looks like, they all, what do we all look the same? You look nothing like John Malkovich. That's like saying all bald white guys look the same.
Yeah. But
You have
I
a
thought it was
bald
funny
head,
that this
yeah.
guy brings up like this kind of deep cut, white guy actor.
Yeah, that is
He's like, John Malkovich, and I'm like, I go, the actor? I'm like, is this guy works here? Or
he's
something?
one of my
like,
favorite actors
yeah.
too.
Like, I'm like, yeah. He goes, yeah. I go, I look like him, yeah. I'm
I don't
like,
see it.
I don't think so at all.
I don't see it at all either.
I've heard a lot of people in my life. John Malkovich.
Who have
Is
you
it
heard?
Malkovich?
Yeah.
Daughtry.
I could see Daughtry.
I can see
I
Daughtry.
could see Daughtry.
Yeah.
Who's the guy? I mean, I don't know. I don't see any of these people.
I have the
but
worst lookalikes.
Who's the guy that was in like Magic Mike?
Oh,
Like the main guy.
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. I got Channing
You get
Tatum. a couple
Channing
times.
Tatum?
Yeah.
I don't see Tatum.
I don't see any.
I see
don't see any of them.
Daughtry. I don't see Tatum.
You're
Like
more
just in
Daughtry.
the face. I mean,
You're
I
much
have
more
nothing else
Daughtry
about-
than Tatum.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. But
I don't
heard,
see Malkovich.
I'm just telling you what I've heard from a couple different times. I've
Okay.
heard Channing Tatum, but yeah.
Huh.
The Malkovich is strictly because you probably weren't freshly shaven.
But there's so many bald guys.
That's why I said that's just
You know what I
somebody
mean?
saying all white bald guys look alike.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
right.
like you don't. Malkovich has a very specific look. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see it in you.
No.
Who do you get, chick?
It's not that who I get. It's clear as day. I get the two
ESP.
guys on who do Sunday football. The one guy who looks like he got Down syndrome with the glasses.
Yeah. What's his name?
I don't know his name. I know him like.
Have you? There's a guy.
And it's you know exactly who I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
The second you see him, you're like, chick works for ESPN
Really?
now.
It's like a guy with Mr. Magoo glasses, but I mean, he looks. I look just like him. I really do. It's embarrassing to say it, but I do look like
Doesn't
him.
he do betting stuff?
I think
too?
he's like he's like the guy when they
he's like the
the
degenerate.
line who's like he's like one of those guys in a pregame that does
What I think
a
but
bit.
He's chick. It's
And then the other one is the guy who's actually in shape now. He used to be a little fatter. Was the other commentator on Sunday Football. Fuck. I have my memory's done.
So you look like two guys who do the same thing.
No, but this guy's a little more respectable, and he's not like the joke of the
Yeah.
segments.
Jay
Italian
Glazer.
guy. Yes.
Okay.
Jay Glazer.
You're like if Jay Glazer didn't make it.
If Jay Glazer didn't get famous and like work out now and he's all in shape when he first was coming up, a little chubby
Yeah.
Jay Glazer, that was me.
If Jay Glazer decided to quit school in 7th grade, I feel like that would be you.
That's Jay Glazer.
Oh yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
You know, I'm not a
Yeah.
spitting image, but I see the resemblance.
I know
Yeah,
that
because
guy.
it's the bald head and the dark
Another
beard.
I
sneaker,
can't-
sneaker with a suit guy on.
Yeah.
It's
That's
bothering
TV.
me. I'm about to put a football guy who looks like he has
I don't
Down
think he
syndrome.
works anymore.
No way. He definitely does.
No, I haven't seen him in a few years. By the way, if you know who we're talking about, call in the show. Just call in.
I wish. Yeah. That it? We lose you? Who do you get? You got anybody?
When I had the beard, and I would get Kyle Kinane. I would always get Kyle Kinane from with just
Yeah,
just
Sean
strictly
Donnelly. I would get
Sean Donnelly. Yeah.
more.
But
yeah.
I got Kyle Kinane a lot from just, and that's only stand-up comedy. But like a few times, I did a wedding one time. I was at my friend's wedding. Jesus, listen to me. I appeared.
Were they hilarious?
They were hilarious. And I did the best man speech, and somebody after came up to me, and he showed me a picture. He's like, you're never gonna guess. You look just like this guy. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that. He didn't know I was I did comedy.
He was showing you Kyle
He was
Kinane?
showing me Kyle Kinane.
Really?
Yeah, I used to get it all the time.
Wow,
All
really?
the time. Yeah.
That's funny.
Not anymore. I don't look like him anymore. But there was a certain time in
Yeah, I
life.
mean, I'm trying to think back. I don't ever see
It's
it,
the
but
beard.
Yeah.
If you put it together, I have like the same eyes as him.
Yeah.
Yeah, little strange.
Yeah. What's going on, chick?
I'm
You trying to find that guy?
You're not
typed
gonna
in-
find him because I'm telling you, he's out.
typed in.
What if you put a picture of yourself in Google? Like, you know the Google search?
I don't know how to do the Google searches for
Reverse
pictures.
Google yourself.
So you got to get the app, you have
Oh,
to
it
get
is
the
an
Google
app?
and then you
Okay.
can. Because I just did that for a shirt and shoes. I found like I wanted to. You ever do that? You take a
Yeah.
picture of something and you put it to Google and it shows you where you can buy it.
I feel like that's something I've been wanting to do for a
Yeah.
while. Now,
And
what
to me, it's like Shazam is like the best thing that the phone has ever done, and then the second is that because
that is
happens a
great.
lot. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast.
Found him.
But I would love to have a reverse. Like, there's sometimes I've met people, whether it be through stand-up shows or wherever, where I'm like, I think that's a famous guy, where I want to take a picture of them,
Yeah.
and see what comes out for that.
Yeah, because you don't know who they are.
Because I
You think they're
performed in
famous.
front of a Nets
Yeah.
player once. There was a player that played for the Nets, and I don't know who he was. Yeah.
Chris Fallica.
Chris Fallica. What is Chris Fallica doing now?
So his title is wagering expert or whatever.
Wagering expert. We should get him on the podcast.
He's
So, like,
leading
he
ESPN.
sets lines and stuff. Or what do they
Chris
call
the
those?
Bear Fall. He doesn't set. He's not a
Bear.
bookie or a lines maker. He's just like the guy who goes over. He gives picks basically for the
Must be nice.
right?
I think we need to get him on the podcast.
They call him the Bear.
The Bear, yeah.
That's him. When I first put in, I put NFL commentators with Down syndrome.
And you showed up?
I thought he would pop up because, people are assholes. And he kind of looks like he has Down syndrome.
So terrible.
I'm such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not disagreeing.
Yeah, I love that technology. One thing I wish the phone could do, which I think is an impossibility, I would love to be able to take pictures of a smell.
Oh.
Okay.
To
What do you mean?
capture a smell.
What?
Like if you're somewhere like on your phone, instead of you take a picture.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not it wouldn't be a picture, but like to somehow capture smell and then be able to replay it for somebody, and be like, oh, he's like
I've never been
You
in
would
a
have
position.
to carry around a container and trap the smell.
or like to be able to say, like, oh, what's that cologne? I want to wear that. Like
That's a thing I've had.
You capture the cologne and then it'll tell you what that is.
There's a guy I was running into recently. He smelled beautiful. And I
Sound like Maniscalco.
he smelled beautiful. And I wanted to know what he was wearing,
Yeah.
but you don't. It's really weird to ask another
I used to do a
man.
bit in my act about that.
You did? Yeah.
Yeah. How
I think we talked about this
Men can't
because
really
you
ask.
run into that a lot. Where like
Yeah.
somebody
Isn't
smells
that weird?
really
Like
good.
women could go up to, oh, I love that perfume. What is that? And then they could be like, oh, yeah. If I went up to a guy, I'm like, dude, I love that cologne. Oh, what is it?
Yeah. I think it also depends the relationship. Like if one
course.
of you guys smelled good, I'd be like, dude. you
Well, I
smell-
ask you every time when as soon as you come in my car, I could smell whatever you got going on, whether it's a hand cream or.
Yeah.
And if I really wanted to know, I would ask any guy. I don't really care. Like, what are you queer? I'm like, you're the one wearing the cologne, guy.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
What
It's
is
not that. It's more of just like out of the blue. I don't know. There's something.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel.
I'm a one cologne guy. Like,
yeah, man.
never change anything. I like to have. I want to.
You're a
Not that I
canoe.
want to have a smell, but
You're a
like I
canoe
like
guy,
it to
right?
like almost like Jean Paul. That's what chick wears.
You like canoe?
What?
Isn't that what you wear? Canoe?
No, Jean Paul Gaultier.
Why did I think you wore canoe? Who the hell else wears
Canoe.
some old? Yeah, some guy. I thought that was you.
Nope, this is what I've been wearing since high school.
JPG.
JPG.
All right. I don't hate that scent. I had it. I don't wear it anymore.
I like it for two reasons.
Fell out of favor with
not
my
too
nose.
one, I like the smell, but it's also not like heavy. It's
No,
not too strong.
No, it's a little nauseating though. After 20 years,
Shut the fuck up.
mix it up. I don't know, man.
I feel like I want to wrap this up. I know Chick's anxious to get home to a game.
I know.
So I'm like, should we just cut? Should we make this one?
Do you want us to end it?
If you guys want to keep going, once I'm here, we'll go. But if you got
Chick.
nothing going on to talk about, I will happily wrap up.
Let us blame it on you that we have
You
nothing
can.
else to
That's
talk
fine.
about.
You can
I gotta
blame me.
listen. I can talk about stuff, but no.
What time are we at?
We're probably at 50 minutes.
Yeah, we're good then.
Nobody's looking for more of this.
Nobody needs any more. Nobody needs any more of this. If you guys made it this far, we love you and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.